Kids say the funniest things. Now this happened a couple of years ago when I was waiting in a doctor's office for an appointment. As I'm sat there scrolling through my phone, avoiding eye contact with people, the doctor comes out of her office and says, "Final call for Erica Jones. Is there an Erica Jones?" As she's saying this, the door bursts open and in comes a little 4 or 5 year old girl, clearly out of breath. And then her mum rushes in just behind her. The little girl catches her breath and shouts, "Sorry we're late, my mummy shit herself." Oh my freaking god! The mum, clearly mortified, shouts at the little girl, "Stephanie, you're not allowed to use that word." "Sorry mummy, I meant diarrhea, everyone." Everyone in the waiting room is just pissing themselves laughing, except the doctor, who's remained professional. "Stephanie, I've never been so embarrassed in my life," said the mum. And then the little girl just simply killed it. "You're embarrassed. I had to sit in the car with your trumpy bum. I'd probably smell like fart." That makes the doctor lose it, so everybody in the room is crying with laughter. And the best thing was, she wasn't even late. She was not Erica Jones.
This is how you know you've been married too long. So my husband makes me my coffee today, right? And as he's walking out the front door to go to work, he winks at me. I have literally never been so scared to drink anything in my entire life.
This isn't a brag, but I just went to the shops and I bought condoms, and I'm very awkward, so I just put them on the counter and I was like, and the guy looks at them and looks at me and he's just like, "Get some."
Story time. So I was Snapchatting this guy and he sends me a picture of his abs. Me being a girl and not really having abs, I used the Snapchat marker tool to draw on abs on me. And I was like, "Look, same." And he was like, "Wow, your stomach's so flat." And I was like, "Thanks, you should see my chest."
Alright, if I would have done this, I would have been the biggest simp of all time. This girl FaceTimes me and I didn't answer it. Then she proceeds to text me, hey, do you have $10? And I didn't want to just randomly send this girl money, so I just didn't respond. Then 2 hours later, I was like, "Hey, sorry, I just saw this. What's up? You okay?" "I'm at the clinic right now." And I'm just like, "Why did you need $10? "Oh, well, yesterday my ex nutted inside me and I need to buy Plan B." Hold up. You try to get money from me because your ex came inside of you and you need money for Plan B. Now, really, let that sink in real quick. I just stopped responding after that bullshit. I sent back laughing faces. What kind of beta simp would fucking do that?
People irritate me.
Storytime. I did an agility test for law enforcement, right? There's 50 people there waiting to do the course, and the instructor there was like, "All your names are put in random order. We're gonna call you up so you can do the course individually." And I'm like, damn it, I'm gonna wait for 50 fucking people before I go. The instructor looked at his board and was like, "First person, Taylor Cernoli." And I was like... But anyways, I was running through the course, and by the time I got to the dummy drag, when I tried to lift the dummy up, my fingernail bent. Oh, that hurt so damn bad. But anyways, I finished the test. I went to go pick up my bag near the group of people there, and one of the f***ers, he was pretty big, was like, "So you had trouble picking up that dummy?" And I was like, "Yeah, I hurt my finger," and I didn't even realize that I was flipping him off. And everyone around me was like, and I just played it off like, "Good luck, big chungus."
Put a finger down if you talk to a guy on Tinder for over a month because of coronavirus, and then you finally agreed to hang out. So you drove 3.5 hours to his house and had wine and dinner and had a really fun night. And then at the end of the night, he told you he didn't like you and that we're not going to work out. But you couldn't leave his house because you drank too much wine. So you then had to stay at his house and couldn't drive back home till the next morning. And then when you got home, you realized you forgot your swimmers and he still hasn't posted them back.
When you're 19 and think that it will be a good idea to date a 24-year-old frat boy that's still in college, and on his 24th birthday, he gets blackout drunk, and in the morning you ask why the bed's all wet, and he said it's because he's sweaty. What now?
One day, my cousin made a Tinder, and we were having a family barbecue, so he came over. He was like, "Oh my God, Sam, this really hot girl just matched with me." And then he shows me. And then I see the profile, and it's literally pictures of Madison beer. But the name on the profile was Kalani. I was like, "Bro, I don't know who you think you're fucking texting, but it's not Madison beer. You're texting someone's auntie right now, whole ass auntie." He's like, "Guess we're about to find out." I was like, "No, what the no?" He's like, "Yeah, I just gave her the Addy. She's about to pull up. We're gonna meet. It's all cool, Sam. Trust me." Trust me. Trust me, he said. Okay. I trusted him. So I see a car pull up, and he's like, oh my god, I think it's her. I was like, oh shit, what if I do meet Madison Beer? The door freaking opens, and this old lady pops up. I look at my cousin, and I'm like, go hug her, go, you were so excited, it's Kalani, the one and only, come on.
Get this. So for a couple of years now, I have been working seasonally retail. Stay with me. So during the Christmas season, this guy comes in, and I was like, hello sir, welcome in, is there anything I could help you with today? And he goes, can I have your number? And to that, I was like, and he was like, oh, you're married. And I was like, no, sir, actually, I'm engaged. I'm not engaged. I wear this ring out so that if somebody hits on me, I just can be nice and just be like, sorry. I know it's terrible, sorry, whatever, moving on. So he was like, oh, it's too bad you're engaged because I'd love to take you out. And I was like, yeah, anyway, how can I help you? And this man goes, I'm actually looking for a necklace for my girlfriend. His girlfriend. Then he asks where the $50 and under section is. I was working at a jewelry store, a nice jewelry store. I said, unfortunately, there's only a few items in that price range. Showed it to him. He said, thanks, winks at me, and walks out the door. Somebody come get your man.
So I work at a clothing store, and this is our change room area. Anyway, 4 open change rooms, as you can see. One day, this woman goes to me, can I try this on? And I was like, yeah, no one was in the change rooms. This woman walks straight past all 4 open change rooms, straight into this mirror. And then I laughed. And I was like, are you okay? And she goes, that's deceiving to have a mirror there. You think it goes further than it does. People will get really hurt. I just looked at this woman and I was like, ma'am, did you not see your own reflection though?
Okay guys, I would like to tell a short story. So this one time I was at a party and I was making out with this guy in the kitchen of his frat. And mid-makeout, one of his brothers taps him on the shoulder, so we stop, and he goes, Star Wars, 20 minutes. And this man looks at me and says, looks like we got 20 minutes. And I was drunk, so I really didn't care, and I kept making out with him, but like, really?
Okay, so this is a true story from when I was in 7th grade. My 7th grade Bible teacher was named Mr. Vince. Mr. Vince was 6'5". He was the type of teacher that would stroke his arm hair while he was giving a lecture. He was the type of teacher that would tell us we were going to watch a movie in class, but then it would always just be the Planet Earth Caves episode. This info isn't relevant to the story, but it's important to me that you know that. So one day my 7th grade class was being particularly rowdy, and Mr. Vince was fed up. One of the main perpetrators of the rowdiness was a boy named Francesco Lavecchia. Dope name, right? Francesco Lavecchia. Well, we just called him Fran. So Mr. Vince was unsuccessfully trying to get us to calm down, and he finally shouted over the noise, "Enough! You have until the count of 3 to stop talking." We were quieting as he counted. 3, 2... In that moment, Fran loudly went, "La la la la!" Mr. Vince turned on the spot and stared Fran down. He was furious. Fran, what did I just say? You said we had until the count of 3, so I wanted to use it. Mr. Vince punished Fran, even though he was right. He technically...
My neighbor has a wife or a girlfriend. I've seen them kiss, hold hands, all of that. During the day, when his girl is at work, I noticed another girl's coming over during the day, but it's none of my business. But their door is like right by mine, and I see her every day come over, stay about an hour and so and leave, so I was like, man, let me do some detective work. I started noticing when she was leaving, she always had her hood on, always, and she'd scurry down the steps and go straight to her car quick, and then leave. He didn't walk her, nothing, just show up and leave. The next day, I'm parked and handicapped, and a cop is standing by my car. Greg, my neighbor, points at me and says it's his car, and I get ticketed. So I'm sitting here thinking, Gregory, you have no idea what you've done. So I'm just waiting until I see Greg's wife again, until she pulls in next to me, and I'm just thinking, wow, life is so sweet. I said, I haven't met you yet. I met Greg and his sister earlier today. She seemed sweet. She said his sister. I said, yeah, she was up there today. She's been coming over a lot lately. She said Greg doesn't have a sister. Well, hearing Greg to be told leave, he's gone. My stomach is full. My car's in handicapped. What a life.
I was in a nightclub and this girl came up to me and she said, hey, can you pretend to be my boyfriend? There's this creepy guy over there who keeps hitting on me. And I go, of course I can. What are you doing here, Sarah? I told you it's a boys' night. This is my one night of the week and you're here. This is why your dad left your mum. It's because you're so clingy.
So we all know every school has a bully. At my school, our bully was Brayton Smith. Everyone was scared of him because he was known to enjoy beating people up. Sometimes it seemed like even adults were scared of him too. I was terrified of Brayton, so I just got smart and became his friend. It wasn't always easy being Brayton's friend though. He punched me for no reason, I had to laugh at all of his jokes or he'd give me the look, and he always ate my lunches. But it was worth it. At least I didn't have to worry about him beating me up like other kids did. But one day, Brayton and our classmate Zai started teasing each other. Zai's jokes were so funny, and I chuckled at one of them. I looked at Brayton and Brayton was giving me the look. He told me to come here and I did because he's my friend. Then he put a pencil on his shoulder and said, "Knock the pencil off." I thought it was a joke, so I knocked the pencil off. You know what that means? I'ma beat you up after school. My eyes lit up. Notice he didn't say we're gonna fight. He said he's gonna beat me up. Oh, he's confident. When the last bell rung, I was the first person out the school. I hopped on my bike and pedaled like I stole something.